So we're going to do side leg kicks with your ear on your arm today, just to give your shoulders a rest if they're tight from doing all of the side leg kicks you've been doing. So you're going to keep the inner thighs squeezing together. Your fingertips are in line with your toes, and you're going to lift and lower both legs, trying to keep your bottom ribs off the mat as the legs rise up, so that you're not collapsing down, you're hovering as the legs lift and lower. And then keeping both legs up, trying to hold on from your center and the backs of your hips, not your low back. You're going to lower and lift your bottom leg, keeping your top leg totally still as the bottom leg rises. Keeping your bottom leg lifted, lift and lower the top leg. Your bottom inner thigh is lifting up towards the ceiling to keep it as still as you can get it. And then you'll squeeze the inner thighs together, flex the feet, and do small little scissor kicks. As you kick the scissors, make sure your pelvis stays super still. Bottom rib continues to stay lifted off the mat. Squeeze the legs together. You'll externally rotate and click the heels, trying to move from the inner thighs and upper abdominals. Squeeze the legs together, coming back to parallel. Without allowing your bottom leg or hip to move, top leg will circle forward, around to the back and center, and then back all the way around through front and center. They can be as big or as small as you need to be to keep everything other than the moving leg totally still. And then one more front and to the back. And then find your balance here. Take your top arm up overhead. Your hands don't get to touch. You're flying like a superhero, keeping your whole body as levitated off the mat as you can, keeping all that lifted. Roll onto your stomach, externally rotating and clicking the heels. And then keeping your thigh bones lifted, you're going to roll onto your other side, except I'm going to swing my legs around. So once again, toes in line with your fingers, bottom rib cage lifted, like you could just kind of slide your hand underneath it. Feet slightly pointed as you lift and lower both legs, squeezing the backs of your hips, using your inner thigh, bottom inner thigh, to lift both legs up. Try to find your abdominals, hips. Make sure you're out of those meaty muscles in your back. They shouldn't be lifting your legs for you. And then both legs will stay up. Lower and lift your bottom leg. Squeezing that bottom inner thigh up to the top leg. And then keep the leg lifted, lift, and lower your top leg. Try not to let your bottom leg move around at all. And then squeeze the legs together, and you'll do your small scissor walks. Trying not to let your pelvis shift or upper body shift at all. And then squeeze the legs together, externally rotating, click the heels. And then squeeze the heels and pause. Come back to parallel. Bottom leg stays lifted as you circle top, around to back and center, back, around to top and center, and again. So as you do this, try to keep everything but the circling leg totally still. It might be a different amount of range on this side, might be easier or harder. Squeeze the legs together, keep them lifted. Float that top arm up. Fly like a superhero. Again, trying to stay as lifted up off the mat as you can. And then rest that all the way down.